Huda's reality show, A Tale of Two Cities, continues. Join us in a visit to see the actual creation of the Kaaba cloth. After an extremely long trip, jet lag is finally catching up with the group. First they will eat more of the elaborate meals, this one buffet style. Perhaps you will notice that several of our participants actually gain a bit of weight on this trip.
This one, I took it back home. There's nothing there. It's a public house. I went to a private club. It has, I went to my own right before they gave it to me, I had a muscle spasm. So I was almost paralyzed. And that doesn't mean I don't see that I was too tired. I didn't eat about those came up for the last 2 days. I was finishing like this.
Traditional Saudi food is extremely healthy and full of natural ingredients. All meals contain the plentiful fruits and vegetables available here. To the Canadians, these meals are a rare treat. It is difficult not to have too much of a good thing. Many of the young men have changed into the more comfortable clothing of this region.
Sorry, you were saying it changed a little bit, but this is pretty good. So much for the
The extreme heat differences between a Canadian summer and many of the areas of Saudi Arabia make their Western dress both too hot and impractical. It is hard to purchase Islamic clothing in the West. Although there are a number of stores in the larger Western cities, it is a wonder to any Western Muslim to have the variety of more traditionally Islamic clothing they are now wearing. It is hard to purchase Islamic clothing in the West. Although there are a number of stores in the larger Western cities, it is a wonder to any Western Muslim to have the variety of more traditionally Islamic clothing they are now wearing.
Canada is really cold compared to here. Even though Saudi Arabia has a variety of landscapes like high mountains, seasides, and of course desert, we are not really accustomed to the summer heat. Most of us are exhausted and tired. We flew half a way around the world to be here. Everyone was really hyped at first. Now we are all just crashing from the time zone changes. We all just want to sleep right now.
I heard so much of stories about the Prophet, peace be upon him, and his companions, but to actually see these places is pretty cool. When I saw the Kaaba for the first time, I was amazed. I just couldn't stop staring at it. After I completed Umrah, I felt so relieved, like if so much was lifted off my shoulders. I could never forget praying in there. I just felt really changed by the experience. Everything just seems different to me now. Like now, I realize what is important and what is not. Alhamdulillah, my family supported me all the way on this trip. They never really knew what Islam was all about when I reverted. I gave them a crash course of Islam and they started to understand. They see the changes I have made in my lifestyle, changes for the better.
I might need that. Just وينكم يا تعال فكر حركة على نادي يسعوا في مناكبها والبطاقة يكفي ده سموه كان do for the greater good huh? That's the chapter.
The group finally revives and heads off for the interesting trip to watch the making of the Kaaba cloth.
Green big slot on the table on the schedule. Inshallah, we'll have a great time in Jeddah. We'll be meeting with the new Muslims committee of the new. I hope that we'll be able to make it there. If not, the factory itself should be an interesting visit. For example, it weighs 300 kilograms and the amount of silver and gold that goes into it.
I'm not going to use these glasses.
Journey to Mecca. To Medina. And that trip has been cancelled because there is in this building here.
We'll start now, inshallah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف خلق الله محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله.
The very large black cloth with gold embroidery which covers the Kaaba must be remade every year.
To come from Egypt, and then this used to come from India, and the cost of it is 20 million riyals, Saudi riyals. So this is like maybe 20,000 dirhams. This is one of the unique things because what is unique about the garment of the Kaaba is
The cloth is woven and sewn in a manner fitting for its ultimate use, that of covering the most sacred site in Islam. Expert artists spend an entire year hand weaving, hand stitching, and in exquisite detail embroidering the massive cloth. It is considered to be an act of devotion to do this work, which requires not only a great deal of expertise, but must also be completed with the right intention. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has been making this cloth for decades now.
It's very hot.
The group examines and takes pictures of the finest examples of Islamic art.
Look at the people, they're fighting for Makkah.
Stone columns, detailed arabesque doorways, ceramics, and other artifacts not found anywhere else in the world are located in this unique museum.
Oh, no, no. Yes, dude, I didn't notice this. I gotta try this on.
It's just that the...
هذا ايضا نص تاسيسي من عام 1984
This is from marble. This is all marble.
The rich and influential history of Islamic art is explained by the group's guide.
No, it's there. People are praying here all the time. I never see it. It's fun because people are all around it. Man, today when I kiss this, yeah? Then, look at this.
أما بعد، فيسر مركز الشباب المسلم في كندا بالتعاون مع قناة الهدى الفضائية أن يستضيف فضيلة الشيخ أحمد مغربي أستاذ العقيدة في جامعة الملك عبد العزيز، فليتفضل مشكورا.
بالنسبة لما سبق فقد درستم المرحلة الأولى من الدعوة.
A respected and much admired Sheikh shares his knowledge of the Islamic faith with the group. All the lessons are translated into English.
The first one starting for 3 years when the da'wah started, and it was the secret da'wah. And then the second stage when the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has come for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to start public da'wah. And this in itself was a significant stage because it started a serious conflict. It was the beginning of the conflict between Islam and Kufr.
Madinah. Come down. Go to man. It takes you 5 hours to come here.